Today, we're exploring the fascinating symbiosis of grand vision and daily mindful action, unlocking the magic of the 10 years and 1 hour strategy. Imagine two distant points on a map, one your current location and the other a dream destination, your life's most profound ambition. Now picture a line connecting these points, an intricate pathway that stretches over mountains, rivers and deserts. This path, filled with challenges and triumphs, symbolizes the 10 years of our strategy, the long-term vision you're aiming for. Yet, what's equally important is the hero's journey mindset, to keep walking the path to your destination, no matter what. The 1 hour action of focused, undistracted work. Together, these form the yin and yang of our approach, one setting the course, other powering the journey. We are embarking on an exciting exploration that combines the power of mindfulness with the unique life strategy, the 10 years and 1 hour approach. In the rapid-fire pace of modern life, we are often pushed into a cycle of constant doing. We want everything instantly: gratification, success, knowledge. But today, I want to challenge this notion of instant and bring to light a new perspective, one that acknowledges the power of patience, persistence, and resilience. The 10-year perspective. A quote from Bill Gates brilliantly encapsulates this idea. Most people overestimate what they can do in 1 year and underestimate what they can do in 10 years. Let's pause here and ponder. How does this perspective resonate with mindfulness? When we look closely, we'll find mindfulness is not just about acknowledging and appreciating the present moment. It also involves awareness of our place in time and space, recognizing our journey and consciously creating our future one day at a time. So visualize your most profound ambitions, those that take your breath away and ignite a fire in your heart. These aren't dreams to realize overnight. These are life-defining endeavors that demand a decade's worth of commitment, effort, failures, and learning. The question now arises: how do we navigate the path to these decade-long visions? This question brings us to the second part of our strategy, the 1 hour action. Like a puzzle that's solved piece by piece, this approach encourages us to break down our grand vision into small, manageable tasks that we can tackle within an hour of focused, uninterrupted work. This is where mindfulness plays a pivotal role. Today, we're in a world that's full of distractions. Much like the sirens in Greek mythology, these distractions lure us away from our path, away from tasks that align with our long-term vision. Here's a fascinating fact from a study by UC Irvine. On average, office workers are interrupted or switch tasks every 3 minutes and 5 seconds. And it can take us 23 minutes and 15 seconds to get back on task. Imagine the cumulative effect of such distractions over days, months, and even years. But what if, for just 1 hour, you could devote yourself entirely to a task, silence the noise, quell the distractions, and be entirely present with your work? This might sound challenging initially, but the beauty of our mind is that it can be trained, just as we train our minds to focus during mindfulness meditation. We can strengthen our resilience against distractions. Now, when we align the 10-year perspective with the 1 hour action, we start weaving the magic that sparks substantial change. This isn't about quantum leaps, but consistent mindful efforts made 1 hour at a time, 1 day at a time. In essence, it parallels the journey of Frodo in The Lord of the Rings. His mission to destroy the ring wasn't achieved in one giant leap, but through a series of small, courageous steps and relentless persistence. I want to give you a personal example. Back in 2018, my wife and I hiked the Pacific Crest Trail, a 4,300 miles long-distance trail that goes from the US-Mexican border to Canada. When we first started to hike, my mind almost exploded when I looked at the distance that we walked the first few days and compared it to the whole trail. It just seemed like we haven't moved at all. But by adapting to the journey, waking up at 5 a.m. every day and putting one step to the other, day after day, the miles kept adding up until we reached our goal. And the cool symbolic thing about that is, because of time issues, we had to divide or complete the PCT in 2 sections over the span of 2 years. So while being back at home and preparing for our next trip back to the PCT, we haven't progressed any further towards our goal of reaching the end of it. I don't know if this makes sense to you, but this, for me at least, is a great example of how doing many different things back at home while being busy didn't push us any further towards our goal, while simple incremental steps directed towards a goal on the trail added up over the weeks and months. I hope this makes sense. Time is the most democratic aspect of our lives. We all have the same 24 hours. Many of us get consumed by distractions or invest our time in tasks that aren't in line with our large vision. Mindfulness is our compass in this ocean of chaos. It helps us to distinguish between busyness and productivity. It encourages us to question whether we invest our time wisely or just spend it. Remember the phrase "time is money"? In the context of our discussion, time is far more valuable than money because, unlike money, time once spent can never be earned back. Remember how we talk about the power of breath in our practices. Every inhale is a new opportunity. Every exhale is letting go of what doesn't serve us. Similarly, each hour spent wisely is like inhaling progress, and every distraction released is like exhaling stagnation. The 10 years and 1 hour strategy isn't a rigid doctrine. It's a flexible guideline, a compass for your journey. It's perfectly okay if some days you have less than an hour to dedicate or if your 10-year vision evolves. The goal isn't perfection, but progress. I invite you, all entrepreneurs, artists, students, parents, and everyone is seeking a fulfilling life, to ponder this union of long-term vision and daily mindful action. Start small, embrace failures as stepping stones, and bring mindfulness to every step of your journey. Here's a quote from Chinese philosopher Lao Tzu: "Nature doesn't hurry, yet everything is accomplished." So my friends, take your time, be mindful, and remember that every minute of your journey is as important as reaching your destination. If you found value in this video, please give this video a like and be sure to check out the next video here.